Now to a potential breakthrough in the fight against skin cancer. Merck and Moderna said their personalized cancer vaccines help cut the reoccurrence of melanoma in a large late-stage trial. Bloomberg's Madison Muller covers the sector and joins us. I don't know where to start, Madison, whether it's the breakthrough or just the huge move in Moderna shares this morning. This is a really big reaction to the study.
Totally. I mean, we're winning sort of on multiple fronts here, and I think that that's the takeaway. I mean, this is, at the risk of sounding like a total nerd, a really big and important moment in science. This is something that scientists have been chasing for almost a century, is a personalized cancer treatment, personalized cancer vaccine. And so we're seeing an mRNA cancer vaccine really succeed in the first large late-stage trial, like you said. So a win for cancer, a win for the companies. For Moderna, which is still trying to find its footing really after the pandemic, we're seeing investors look at this and say, okay, maybe this company really does have a future beyond COVID, and potentially another really steady and big source of revenue if this vaccine does come to market as the companies expect next year. Obviously, that's still pending regulatory approval, but it's a pretty big moment both in science and for these companies.
Right, and as you and the team have been reporting, melanoma is the most deadly form of skin cancer, so this would be huge. But are you also suggesting that a win here isn't just a win against skin cancer, that it proves something about mRNA vaccines, that they could be applied to cancers more broadly?
Exactly. So that's what the companies still really need to figure out. They're testing these vaccines in other types of cancer right now, and so we'll see if those results translate into other forms of tumors. But that's the hope, is that these mRNA is an incredibly flexible technology. That's why it works so well for COVID. You can plug in these different mutations and sort of adapt the vaccine to the different COVID mutations. Similar theory, sort of strategy for cancer, which these tumors also have mutations. And what these scientists do is they take a biopsy of the people's tumors, and then they can customize these vaccines to match the mutations that are most likely to have an immune response. And it takes just 6 weeks, which is also pretty crazy.
I don't know if there's a good answer to this, but also when I saw this news, I thought, how many people won't take this shot? Just because of the huge anti-vax movement that's happening right now, that people would avoid something that could potentially stop cancer from coming back because it comes in the form of this vaccine.
That's 100% right, and it's something that is really going to be a consideration, and there is so much misinformation out there right now about mRNA. There's a lot of fear around these shots still, but when it comes to something like cancer that is potentially so deadly, people will have to hopefully talk to their doctors and make that risk-benefit analysis for themselves, but it's an important consideration that there's so much hesitancy and fear around vaccines.
Yeah, even
right
so,
now.
just such an exciting story.